$10 starting from the early 50s. Priest and Humphrey, which would be 50A in the Federal Reserve note, but 53 in the silver certificate. And again, you note the different ribbon at the bottom with Hamilton's name on it and the way they handle all the small details as on deposit at the Treasury of the United States of America, where it's just United States of America, and all this of the $10 in silver payable to just will pay to the bearer. And in this case, you've got the usual legal tender for all debts, public and private, and is redeemable in lawful money, etc. And here, just this certificate is legal tender. So nothing much happens with this denomination for the next couple of bits here. 1950B, we just go to the signature of Anderson instead of Humphrey. And then 1950C and 1953B, we go to Elizabeth Rudell Smith on one side and C. Douglas Dillon on the other side, but again, no changes. Then, except for one other thing. In the midst of this 1953B, they were already shutting down the silver certificates, and in mid-print sequence, they just cut it off and said, nope, some were already out. Here we are, there's one. And some just got turned right around and were not allowed out. So there was never a 1953C silver certificate for this. Interestingly enough, and I forgot to mention that in the $5, there had been printed a 1953C silver certificate. In fact, a whole bunch of them were printed, and then they got rid of the whole thing. And other than some specimen notes, nothing exists of the 1953 $5 silver certificate. So it doesn't exist. But that would have been here consistent with these two if it had existed. So now we've moved into Catherine O'Hay Granahan and 50D, C. Douglas Dillon. And same pair of signatures, but again, we've got the old printing method, which has all the long verbiage, the smaller picture that shows more of him. As distinct from the new picture, which, look at that, it barely gets the fold on his lapel. Here you get a whole lot more. You see the Hamilton flat ribbon here, as it is here. This is the last occurrence of the curved ribbon. Okay. So all this will pay to the bearer on demand is now just $10. The legal tender is redeemable in lawful money is now just its legal tender for all debts. So you can see the size has changed. The serial is still old. And of course, the one big difference is that the older series did not have "In God We Trust" the way the newer one does. So now we get to a new series, and I think it's really just new signatures. We get to the last of the series, 1950E, Granahan and Fowler, and we get to already the next series, 1963, but they still have the old style Treasury Seal. This is all the long verbiage and the will pay to bearer, and the smaller picture that shows more of him. This has the larger, it shows less of him. Just the short statement saying here, no more will pay to the bearer, all the usual changes. And again, this one has no "In God We Trust." This one has "In God We Trust." So, as we move into the next era, the 1969, now everything's the new method. So you can see this large picture, the simple slogans, no pay a bearer on demand. And but now you have the new Treasury Seal. So the other thing you get in 1969 is you have 69A, and we jump straight to Cabas and Connolly, no Cabas and Kennedy. And a 69B, Banuelos and Connolly, and a 69C, Banuelos and Schultz. And that's the last time you see any letters B and C. Again, because the next era, 1974, as you might see an A, but nothing beyond that. Neff and Simon. And after that, things are boring. Nothing further changes. And that's it for the $10. So that was short and sweet.